looking to adopt a feathered bundle of joy, congratulations. I think the first thing you're going to see is there's a huge variety in rescues and how they do things. That's because there is no governing body for rescues. There's no rules. Sometimes it's as simple as a single person that brings in birds and adopts them out as they see fit. And other times there are larger organizations that have paperwork and processes and volunteers and maybe even a place you can visit. So with that said, typically they are going to ask you about your living situation. Do you live in an apartment or a house? Do you rent or do you own? Who else lives with you? Do you have kids? What about other pets? Dogs, cats, snakes? They're going to ask things maybe like, does anybody in the house smoke? They're going to ask you what you plan on feeding the bird, what the proposed cage would be, and some questions like, what would you do if you have a bird with a screaming problem or a biting problem? Or if you had to get rid of your bird, what would you do? These are all to kind of pre-screen you. Now, some might want to see some bonding sessions. They might want to get to know you. They may want to see you volunteer for a while. Others may be a little quicker to adopt out. A red flag I would look out for are rescues that don't really care about much of that, but they do have a high adoption fee, i.e., they're really just selling birds. At the end of the day, you could get a bird for free. You could get a bird for a heavy adoption fee. And it's going to really depend. There is such a demand for homes for budgies and cockatiels and things like that, that I would expect the adoption process may be a little less stringent for them. Is stringent a word? I think it is. But likewise, when you have a bird that's really high demand, they may be a little pickier about who that bird goes to, especially if it's a bird that is known to have issues. For example, let's say a Moluccan cockatoo. That's a very, very loud bird, so they don't necessarily want that going to just anybody. And that's a great point as well. Thank you. I hope that helps, and congratulations on considering an adoption.